1-3, the police are requesting an ambulance to detail man screaming for one. Inside the Irish Social Club at number 19 Park Street, West Rock Street.
Hi, you're watching the movie Canon? Watch Gio.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel, The Movie Canon. I am Giovanni, and this is The Met Report, a show about movies, entertainment, and television news, and sometimes discussions. For today's episode, I'm going to, with my fellow collector and friend here, Mr. 1Adam12, I'll bring him in here in just a bit. We're going to go and do our top 10 most anticipated films of 2026. So it is that time of year where I usually like to just give you a quick breakdown of some of my most anticipated movies of 2026 or the following year. I did that last year, the year before. Now for 2025, I do remember that it was kind of a little bit of a lackluster when it comes to the lists. I was actually struggling to find top 10 films that I was really anticipating in 2025. And but for 2026, a different kind of story. There's actually quite a lot of movies that I'm actually looking forward to. Now, I will give you this disclaimer. Some of these movies may end up being pushed out of 2026 and even further. But as of today's date, the movies that are on this list are currently set to be released in 2026. But like I said, that might change, but that's where we're at right now. So let's go ahead and start with my my one-man Canon Council here, with Mr. 1Adam12. Let's go and bring him in here right now. So here we go.
Since I was 3 or 4 years old, I've loved Star Wars. So we'll keep moving. We're getting into Double Jeopardy where things really get tense. Iron Man, knowing that the original Avengers are destroyed and the MCU goes down the drain. And also knowing that we destroy Indiana Jones, Jurassic Park, Jaws, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Oh, man.
McClunky.
Hey, Jim.
Adam. How you doing?
Good. I feel like we just talked. Oh, wait,
Right.
we did.
Right, just a few hours ago, actually. Not even until
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on who's watching this when they're watching it.
Yeah.
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. Happy New Year, everyone. It's coming up. It's almost here. And that's where we're doing this most anticipated list of 2026 films. We'll go over them in just a bit here. So the way we're going to breaking this down, or the way that we're going to break this down is I'll do I forget if I start or if you do in the list that I made, Adam, but I think I start number 10. I'll show my number 10 spot, and then I'll go to yours number 10, then my number 9, and all the way down to number 1. So some of the films, since I got your lists, Adam, there's some movies that are not on mine, and vice versa. And then there's one particular movie that I was surprised that it was not on either of our lists for most anticipated films of 2026.
I'm not going to spoil anything. I have a feeling because before the stream, well, when I put together the list, I thought of it. And right before the stream, I thought of it as well. So I'm sure we're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
You know, like you said in your intro, Gio, last year, I too was struggling to figure out like how many movies are actually that, you know, I was really interested. I was really excited for Superman, Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts. Not much else. I mean, there's movies that came out that I've enjoyed that I just didn't really know I was interested in, like Sinners and Weapons. I loved those 2 movies.
Right.
But this year, there's a lot more. There's films that, like, there's one film in particular that, not the one we're talking about, that I think we're both talking about. But there's one film in particular that didn't make the cut that I actually am. I'll be curious if it's on your list because I am interested in seeing it. It's maybe a number 11 on my list.
Oh, okay.
Or 12.
Yeah. And then as I mentioned earlier, you know, some of these movies may not actually be released in 2026.
Yeah.
They may be pushed out. But that was something I was going to say, but now I completely forgot. But if you're in the live chat, guys, thank you so much for joining here. I did add a question in there. What is your most anticipated film of 2026? So there's a question in there. If you want to drop it in the live chat, that'd be cool. So that's in there now. If you're watching the replay, thanks very much as well. I always appreciate you guys' time and for watching this show. So thanks so much, guys. So let's actually look at the live chat. There's a few in here. So let's see. So we have Mr. 1 out of 12 who's on the panel here today, a channel member and a moderator. Says movies. Hit that like button. Yes, thanks so much, Mr. 1 out of 12. And definitely hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Very much appreciate it. It does help with all the YouTube ecosystem and all the algorithms and all that stuff. It does help the channel. So thanks so much, Mr. 1 out of 12. And we have Mr. Blurred That Life, a channel member. He's providing his list of most anticipated films of 2026. Spider-Man, which is a brand new day, Doomsday, Supergirl, and Odyssey. Yeah, so maybe they're on this list, maybe they're not. But
tune in. You might be hearing about some of these.
Right. Let me see. And then there was Mr. Feezy, a channel member, says good morning / afternoon all. Thanks so much, Mr. Feezy, a channel member, and he was on the panel last night on Figure Stuff. And then, of course, he's got the hot chick. So let me go and play it now.
It's me, Jessica. I'm in here.
There you go, Mr. Feezy. That's probably like the most used clip that I have, probably, you know, on top of, you know, the general intro and stuff like that. So thanks so much, sir.
Funny
Mr.
every
Feezy.
time.
Right. And actually, I remember what I was going to say about this is so there was some movies last year and even years before that made it to my, you know, most anticipated movies of the year, you know, things like that. And they end up being like on my worst list of that particular year. Or sometimes there's some movies that, like you mentioned, Adam, that they weren't even in your radar because maybe you didn't know about it or you just didn't know enough about it.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're just not going to put them on your most anticipated movies because, like, well, what is this? I don't know. I don't know what this is yet. And it is kind of funny that, you know, some of the movies that were most anticipated lists, they were closer to the lower end of my best or worst films of the year. And some movies that were not on my list, they actually are among the best of that particular year. And it's kind of the situation in 2025, which I didn't even mention them in my most anticipated films of 2025, and they're gonna make it on my top. Some of them top 3 of 2025.
The same.
Yeah, so they're gonna be in there. Let's see, and then we have Mr. Blue Tattoo. Hey everyone, hello, Mr. Blue.
Hey, Blue.
A channel member. Thank you for joining us. A channel member, and he was on the panel last night on Figures Talk. So thank you so much, Mr. Blue. We have Ryan Swayze dropping by here. Thanks so much for joining us. I don't believe I've seen you before, so welcome here. Says Evil Dead Burn is my most anticipated film of 2026. So nice.
Making a new one. That's interesting.
Big horror fan over here, right? So there you go.
Do you know, I'm ashamed to admit I've actually never seen any of the Evil Dead movies. I feel like I should turn in my geek card right now.
Right.
Or Army of Darkness or any of those. Never seen them. I gotta watch them.
Yeah, I mean, actually, the one that I have not seen is the one that you just said. The Army of Darkness. I have not seen that one because I think that one kind of goes to more. I don't think it goes into too horror, from my understanding of it, because it goes into like
more like horror comedy, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that. It goes to like medieval time or something like that. But so there you go. There, Ryan Swayze, welcome here. Thanks so much. And then we have Mr. Valkyrie Magnus, a channel member, says, good morning, Gio and Adam. Have a great stream. Thanks so much, Valkyrie.
Hey, Valkyrie.
Also on the panel last night on Figures Talk. Thanks so much, Mr. Valkyrie. All right, so it looks like we might be completely caught up here. All right, so we're going to do the most anticipated films of 2026. Let me just move this around here. All right, I'm not used to only 2 people in the stream, so let me move things around. No, that's not gonna work. Maybe this? Huh. No, that's not gonna work either. We'll just leave this here for now. So most anticipated films of 2026. Now, granted, guys, there's a lot of sequels, right? Because ultimately, those are the ones that are mostly announced and promoted and exposed for something that's far out within the year. So there's some other movies that I'm sure, like we already talked about, that are probably going to make it to the best films of 2026 that are not going to be on this list. But there's a lot of those, a lot of sequels or reboots or remakes or based on something else, as you guys already know. And then also, I try to stick to those too because people will actually know what we're referring to compared to something else that we may not be. But let's see, we have Mr. Larry Walker, NW Collector. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Thanks so much, Mr. Larry Walker,
Larry.
channel member, for joining us here as well. All right. So I think we're ready. For
Let's do it.
The most anticipated films. So let's see here. All right.
Number 10.
And number 10, exactly, right? Let me move this over here. And then, guys, let us all be civil, right? Let us all be civil, You may not agree with my picks. You may not agree with Adam's picks. Adam's picks may be completely wrong. And mine may be completely wrong. But these are our picks. I did ask you guys if you want to submit your own, drop it here in the comment section or here in the live chat. But here we go, guys. Starting with the number 10 spot, which I believe is mine. And that is Mortal Kombat 2. Mortal Kombat 2, the number 10th spot here. So it was supposed to come out last year. I'm not last year, 2025, this year. In 2025, and they kept pushing it. They had settled on late October as a release in 2025. It was done. They did a trailer. The trailer of this movie was a lot of fun. That's kind of what really sold me, because I didn't really like the first Mortal Kombat movie. I'm a big fan of the game growing up. I played it a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And And I like the 1995 version. The 1997 Mortal Kombat Annihilation, it's pretty bad, but I still find some kind of enjoyments for the wrong reasons. And the Mortal Kombat 2021 film was kind of weak to me. I was very disappointed with that one, but this one does look a little bit more promising, at least based on the trailer. And then we have Carl Urban, who's playing Johnny Cage, and I wasn't entirely sure about him playing Johnny Cage, but just based on that trailer, it looks like it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun based on that trailer. And I know New Line, Warner Brothers, I know they were ready to release this film, but they decided to push it to the more summer friendly season. So they pushed it all the way to May 8th, 2026. So we'll be seeing that, or that's when it's going to be releasing, assuming they don't push it yet again. But so that's my pick there. I know you're not a huge fan of this Mortal Kombat in general, Adam, but any quick thoughts on that?
Well, I like the video. I played the video game when in the arcade game and whatnot when it was out back in the day. And
okay.
I guess when I think of Mortal Kombat, I think of I don't know if you remember the TV ads back in the 90s.
Oh yeah,
where there were like a bunch of people converging in a city street, shouting Mortal Kombat. And I think Paul Rudd was either in that ad or was in another ad of Mortal Kombat. What I would say about, I'm not really interested in this, but I do think that if Warner Brothers moved the film from this year to a May release date, that seems to me it's a vote of confidence that they think they have a pretty decent film in their hands to release it in the beginning of summer. I think they must think they have something decent.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking that might be the case because, it was supposed to come out at the end of October, Halloween, fall season. So maybe they thought maybe they could make a lot of money, because I know the reaction of this full trailer was received very well, and I think that's what made them let's push it to the more summer movie friendly season, and that's what we got. So hopefully that gamble works out to them, and hopefully this is good. But we'll find out. We have my cousin Ivan, a channel member. Thanks so much for joining us here, Ivan. Mortal Kombat 2021 was carried by Kano, best character in the movie, in my opinion. I'm trying to think if maybe I think that might be the case, because I can't even the main character that they decided to use, a character that was not in the game, who was leading the movie, he was kind of forgettable. So you might be right about that, Ivan. So, and even Kano in the 1995 version, that actor was awesome in that too, playing that character.
I mean, the other thing I'd say about this, I really like Carl Urban. I mean, Butcher from The Boys, and he was Dr. McCoy. He was one of the best parts of the J.J. Abrams Star Trek reboot. And, anytime I see him, I think he's a really good actor.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, he's in a lot of franchises that sometimes I forget.
Thor, he was in Love and Thunder.
Oh yeah,
he had a great role in that.
Judge Dredd.
Yep,
he was Judge Dredd, right? Yeah, the remake.
I think the only thing he hasn't been in yet was Star Wars.
Yeah, I think so.
He's sure he'll pretty much everything.
I'm sure he'll make his way in there soon.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to Adam's number 10 spot. So take it away there, Adam.
Yeah, so mine number 10 is it's a new Exorcist movie. I don't know if I think it might be a sequel to the original. The original Exorcist is one of my favorite horror films. And now they've had a couple of sequels since. They had one most recently about a year or two ago, which was not that good. But where I'm excited about this is it's by Mike Flanagan. Mm-hmm. And I think he's got a really strong track record when it comes to horror and also Stephen King properties. Well, this isn't a Stephen King story, but he's got a strong track record on horror. And he did Dr. Sleep, which is if any of that's kind of criminally underrated. It's a sequel to The Shining. and it is with Ewan McGregor and Rebecca Ferguson, and
She's awesome in that.
I can't recommend that strongly enough. He also did Midnight Mass, a great show, and Haunting of Hill House, both on Netflix. So he really gets horror. I think Scarlett Johansson is in this.
Right.
I think she's signed. I'm not sure what her role is. I'm just, this could be, listen, as like you said, this could be one of these films that we look back on and like, yeah, that was terrible. But I have confidence with Mike Flanagan. He really gets horror. So I'm hopeful on this one. I'm curious to see what he does.
Yeah, from what I remember reading about this project here is it was supposed to come out in March of 2026. They haven't even shot a single frame. so I know it's not coming out in March. And then he's Mike Flanagan, he's working on the Carrie TV series, the Stephen King's Carrie TV series. So he's working on that right now. So I know he's not working on this Exorcist film, but I know it's on his list to do. And the most recent news that I did see is what you mentioned, Adam, about Scarlett Johansson. Looks like she signed on to. We don't know what character. I don't know if she's going to be possessed or she's going to be. I don't know, some other character.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that I read that apparently it's not a sequel to any of the Exorcist films. It's going to be its own thing. So they decided to go that route after the last Exorcist movie that wasn't received well. So they just decided to take a different route, and they went with Mike Flanagan, which I'm sure is going to be pretty good. So we'll see if it comes out in 2026. It might be pushed to 2027. That's why I put the TBA in there for the release date. But yeah, so good pick there. 1 out of 12. There you go. There. Let's see. Let's move on to the next one here. Number 9. Now this was a bit more of. I'm more curious about how they're going to tackle this movie. This biopic of Michael Jackson is just called Michael. To be released on April 24th, 2026. This one has also been pushed and delayed several times. If I remember correctly, there was an issue with the estate. They didn't disclose information to the filmmakers when it comes to the story that they're not supposed to use certain individuals in the biopic legally, and they already shot it and they had to start over based on that, and it kind of delayed everything when it comes to some of the allegations and things like that. But Michael Jackson is one of the most famous artists of all time, I would say. My favorite song comes from Michael Jackson. I know this is going to be huge. It's going to be big as far as like if it's going to fall into those typical biopics with musicians where we kind of get the same type of story structure or whatever, but just listening to all the music that I'm sure they'll play in this film, and then I believe the actor who's playing Michael Jackson, I believe it's his nephew, if I remember correctly.
I believe so.
Yes, so I believe his name is Jafar or something like that. So he's playing Michael Jackson, and based on what I've seen, the trailer looks good. And then they show a little quick clip of when he's doing the Thriller music video, one of the most iconic music videos, in my opinion anyways, of all time. And they're going to show a little bit of that. And I believe they're supposed to do 2 parts of this. So this is the first part. And I think depending on how that does, they'll continue with the second part. I believe this is more like his early years. And the second part will focus more on obviously the later years and his passing and things like that. But very interested in this. We'll see how this turns out. But any thoughts on that, Adam?
I am curious about this. Is it Anton Fuqua? I'm not sure.
Oh yes, he's directing this. Yeah,
directing it. He's a very good filmmaker. I think there's a big challenge in this because you're making a biography of someone. You're having his relative play him. Is this film gonna gloss over some of the controversies in his life And if they're doing it as a part, see, there's, in my view, having grown up with Michael Jackson was at the height of his popularity, at least here stateside. When Thriller came out and Bad and that period in the 80s, he was like the biggest star in the world. He always was the biggest star, but really when he came out, it was huge. And I always thought there's kind of two Michael Jacksons. There's like the Thrill, that era Michael Jackson, and then at some point, in my view, and I know there's a lot of Michael Jackson fans who disagree with me on this, but at some point he just kind of whacked out, and I don't know. A lot of things probably are at play there. I'd like to know. I think you got to have both sides, and you could have a film that's just about the happy times, and that might be a great movie to watch, and just nostalgia bait for all the awesome music. But if you gloss over the controversies and legal issues, you're not really not giving a fair picture in terms of biography. So I'm curious how they handle it. But like you said, if they're going to do if this is a 2-part film, I guess maybe that's how they'll do it.
Yeah. So I remember reading that. I don't know to what extent, but supposedly they are going to address the allegations. Now, how deep are they going to get into it? Who knows? Probably not very much. But they said that they are going to bring that up. They're not gonna just not present it at all. So I mean, it's kind of a situation like, well, I mean, what do you do with this kind of biopic, right? Because are you going to try to paint this story to look a certain way when everyone knows in the background there's some serious allegations in the background? Are you going to present that? If you don't, like you said, Adam, are you really showing the whole story? So that's why it's kind of tricky. So that's why I'm more curious to see, how are you guys going to do this? How are you going to deal with this?
And beyond even the allegations, just like some of it, just eccentricities, and that like he was like holding one of his kids over the balcony, and there was like controversy of just like things that kind of made people raise their eyebrows.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'm sure it'll make a lot of money, though. I'm sure it'll make a lot of money.
I'm gonna watch it, for sure.
Yeah. We have Mr. SB, a channel member, dropping by. Hey, yo.
Hey, Beam.
Hope y'all are having a good day. Thank you so much, Mr. SB. Hope you're having a good day as well. And my cousin says the Michael Jackson trailer looks amazing. Can't wait to see this in theaters. So yeah, there you go. So I think it will bring. I'm not sure about you, Adam. I don't think this is your case, but I think it will bring out some people who normally don't go to the theater to maybe watch this in the theater.
This is gonna be a big hit.
So in that sense, it'll be good for. Especially to people like myself who are advocates of going to the movie theaters.
Yeah. So I'll wait for streaming on this one, but it's going to be a big hit.
Then Wester S-Beam says, from Moonwalker and before is how I remember Michael Jackson. So
yeah, it's how I wish to remember him. I agree with that.
All right. So that was my number 9. So let's go to Mr. Adams' number 9. So take it away there, Adam.
Masters of the Universe. Now, I was a big fan of He-Man, the original cartoon, back in the 80s. They had a movie with Dolph Lundgren that was kind of goofy. And this is, I believe this is being made by Travis, look it up here.
Travis Knight?
Travis Knight, who he did
Kubo? I think he did Kubo and the Two Strings.
Yeah, and he also did Bumblebee, I believe.
Right. Yeah.
Which I that is, in my view, I like the first Transformers movie. Another toy IP from back in the day that I loved, Transformers. He did the first Transformers movie, which I enjoy that movie. But I think actually Bumblebee is probably the best Transformers movie they've done. Most kind of authentic to the feel of the original Transformers. So he's doing Masters of the Universe, and because again, I'm very much about like who the filmmakers are, and that gives me confidence in making me interested in this. Just like Mike Flanagan's, like a property that I'd be like, do they really need to go back to The Exorcist? Well, they got Mike Flanagan, so now I'm interested. Masters of the Universe, initially this is like a 40-year-old property. Does anyone, is this gonna be good? Well, they got Travis Knight doing it. So yeah, this could be like, I think of this as like the Lego movie. When I first heard about the Lego movie, I'm like, this is gonna be stupid. And I remember going to the theater to see it, and it's so awesome. As the song says, everything is awesome. That movie was awesome. So I'm hoping for good things for that.
Yeah, I didn't grow up with this with the cartoon, and I didn't watch the movie that you mentioned. That was in the 80s, right? I'm assuming it's in the 80s.
It was the 80s. It was not. I think it's 87, 88.
Oh, okay.
The Lundgren film.
Yes.
A couple years ago, and I like Kevin Smith a lot. He did a Masters Universe cartoon for Netflix, and I did not like it because it sidelined He-Man and focused on Tila, and I'm like, no. And I think he got a lot of flack for that. A lot of flack.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I didn't watch that one either. For this one, I am planning on watching it, even though, like I said, I didn't watch the cartoon. I don't know much about it. I mean, I've heard about it. It's in pop culture everywhere, right? So I'm curious to still watch it. So we'll see how that goes. I think it's one of those, from what I saw, it might seem something like the way Barbie did things. I'm not entirely sure if that's the route that they're going to take.
That's my impression.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens there. But I know this has been in the works for a long time. But it's finally coming out. Let me go ahead and move this real quick here. Hold on a second. Okay. Oh, there we go. So again, that was Masters of the Universe coming on June 5th, 2026. Let's see here. S-Beam says, Dolph Lundgren, Masters of the Universe was full of BTS controversy?
Behind the scenes.
Oh, okay. Behind the scenes controversy. I mean, I don't know about that. I don't know about you, Adam.
I didn't know that, but now I'm gonna after this stream, I'm gonna check that out.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm curious. Thanks, dude.
Blurred That Life says, is Voltron a 2026 release?
I don't know. I heard that Henry Cavill was trying to work on a Voltron film, and maybe it was going to be on Amazon Prime. Lest I heard, I don't know if that's theatrical or what the deal is. I'd love to see that too. I'd love I actually have the original diecast Voltron from when I was a kid, the Lion Voltron.
Oh,
yeah, that'd be awesome.
All right, I was going to say, what's Voltron? I don't know.
Voltron. Do you know what Voltron is?
No.
Voltron, Defender of the Universe. It's back when the transforming robots craze was going on, Transformers, GoBots. So Voltron was, there was actually 3 different Voltrons, but the one that's became the most popular were 5 lion robots that were piloted by humans, and they formed one formed the torso, 2 the arms, 2 the legs, and they formed a giant robot that basically fought like alien kaijus and like robots. Yeah, it was a cartoon series that ran in the mid 1980s. Syndicated cartoon series.
So they're actually you're working on a movie about that?
Henry Cavill is a big fan, and last I heard, he was working on a film. I don't know, maybe Blurred Dad in the comments knows more, what's going on, but that is such an awesome show.
Oh, okay.
In fact, I have the theme song in my head right now.
It's funny, I never really heard of it. I might have seen it, I might have actually seen it, but yeah, I don't.
I would take it out of my cabinet, but it's like, this is actually the Voltron I had when I was a kid, and it's, it was well played with. It's not entirely stable, so I don't want to mess around with it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. No worries. All right, let me see here. I'm trying to move this a little better for the screen, but let me see here. I'll just stick to this one here. All right, let's see, Mr. Blurred That Life. Gio, you don't know Voltron? We got to get you on your 80s history.
That's
Yeah, there's a lot of. I don't remember much of the 80s, to be honest with you. I just really don't.
it was that era. Like I said, Transformers, GoBots, Robotech was another huge transforming robot. Voltron.
Yeah, because it was. I mean, I was born in October '84, so I just don't remember too much. I would have had to been like by the end of 1989. I was still like 5 or 6, but the late 80s I was 5 or 6, so I kind of don't remember that much stuff from that time. Blurred That Life says production wrapped on it. The director of Central Intelligence helmed the production in Australia, hoping for a trailer this year. Okay, all right, so there you go. All right, so let's move on to number 8.
Well, that might wipe Masters of the Universe off if that's coming out this year.
Oh yeah. So we have Project Hail Mary with Ryan Gosling. I just recently found out about this. I know there's a book based on a novel. I didn't read the book. I think my sister did. She said she liked it, and it's very much liked. There's a lot of buzz on this one. There's a lot of anticipation for it, so I'm kind of like anticipating it based on that. I saw the trailer. The trailer looks cool. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Interstellar in a way, but more with comedy. I'm sure there's more to it that is not related to Interstellar, but it kind of reminds me of that. And then it's Lord and Miller are directing this film. I don't know if they're writing or co-writing it or not, but they're directing this. The guys who did the ones who ran the Spider-Verse franchise, and they were gonna do Solo
and Lego Movie,
and then Lego Movie. There you go. So they did all that. So I'm very curious on this one as well. I'm interested in what's this all about. I guess the least I know about is probably better, I would think. But it's supposed to come out on March 20th, 2026. So we'll see how that turns out there. But any thoughts on him?
This is on my list. Do you want me to comment on it now?
Actually, let's save it.
Okay.
Let's save it a bit. So that's mine. So number 8, and then Mr. Blurred That Life says Project Hail Mary was written by Andy Weir, who wrote The Martian. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yep.
That was the other thing. That was the other thing that got me. I forgot about that. Now I didn't read the book, but I did like the Ridley Scott film with Matt Damon. So I don't know how close it is to that book, but that was another thing that I was like, oh, this actually might be interesting. But so that was my number 8, and then Adam, take it away there.
This is one of my favorite Tarantino films. Is
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, his last film, and so this is a spin-off film. It's written by Tarantino, I believe. And it's going to be directed by David Fincher, who's an incredible director. And it's the adventures of Cliff Booth. So it's Brad Pitt's character. I really enjoyed his role in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So I like to see, I think you got two powerhouses there. Tarantino, probably arguably one of his greatest strengths is as a writer, and David Fincher, who's one of the greatest directors alive. I'm curious to see what they do.
Yeah, so let me just move this real quick here. Yeah, so I wasn't a huge fan of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I mentioned that before in my when we did the tier lists of the Tarantino films. It wasn't my favorite. It wasn't bad. It's just comparing all the Tarantino films, this was kind of low for me. I could totally see the this character doing its own spin-off film, because this character alone is pretty crazy. There's a lot of stuff
Yeah,
that we don't know.
he's a stuntman, and
Yeah, so there's a lot
Yeah.
of stuff that you can do with that. So I was still kind of surprised that Tarantino got involved in, you know, even though he's not directing it, that he's doing, you know, another project. Like I think he is writing this. I'm pretty sure he's writing this. If I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken, I'll double check in a bit. But yeah, they got Brad Pitt to come back for this as well. As far as a release date, I don't think there's an actual release date yet. It does say something about they're aiming for summer 2026, but we won't know quite yet. But of course, I'll watch this just like I watch all the other movies that I usually do. So it's didn't make it on my list, but I'll still be watching this. And let me see here. I just need to check if Tarantino did this or not, if he wrote it. I think he did.
I believe I read he's writing the script and Fincher is directing.
Yeah, I wouldn't
You know,
think he would let someone else write this.
He wrote it while he's
Oh, he did.
In his off time of insulting Matthew Lillard and Paul Dano.
There you go. There you go. So he did write it. Okay, I just confirmed that. So he did write it. He didn't want to make it to be his quote unquote last film, right? 10th film. So yeah, so that was Adam's number 8. So let's do my number 7, which is Clayface. Standalone movie of the villain, the DC Comics Batman villain, coming on September 11th, 2026. This is a Mike Flanagan wrote this.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of things that already interest me. First is in the Batman universe, which Batman is my favorite superhero character of all time. So you got that box marked, or checked. And then we have a Batman villain. Box is checked. And Clayface, we haven't seen Clayface. I don't remember seeing a live action Clayface in any film. And then from what I remember reading, I think it's going to have some body horror, which we've seen the last couple of years. Think of Substance and Alien Romulus for this particular character. And so I'm very interested to see how they're going to do this. It's within the Gotham City Batman universe, DC Comics. Mike Flanagan wrote this. So there's a lot of stuff going on that I'm very excited for. So hopefully it's not so much of a disappointment there. But any thoughts there, Adam?
You know, this is the one I mentioned at the top. This would have been the honorable mention, number 11 on my list of most anticipated.
Oh, okay.
I was never like a huge we got to get Clayface in a Batman story, but you know, I mean, there's that classic episode of Batman the Animated Series, I believe, I'm interested because Flanagan is writing it. Like I said earlier, back to The Exorcist, pretty much watch anything that he's involved with. Anytime you have a Batman universe kind of story and you don't have Batman, I'm not as excited, but who knows? Maybe Batman shows up. Maybe this is where they, unveil who's going to be taking on the role of Batman in this in the DC universe. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna watch it for sure.
Yeah.
So, like I said, this is my honorable mention.
Oh, okay. And you kind of figured that I would pick this, right? So.
I thought, yeah. So that's why I'm like, that's why I'll throw in like Masters of the Universe or The Adventures of Cliff Booth.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We have Jose Plus joining us
hey,
here,
Jose.
a moderator, saying, hey, hello, Mr. Jose Plus. Hope you're enjoying your time in Bella's home over there. And he says, no wonder you weren't replying to my message, Gio. Oh, did you message me while I was doing the stream? I still need to go back and see who I need to unfriend after the tier list last night. So we did do Michael Clark Duncan Kingpin last night, Jose. So check that one out if you missed it. So there you go.
I think those got good grades.
Actually, it did right.
That one got good grades. Yeah,
it did pretty well actually.
And I think everyone on the panel will still be your friend after that one.
Right. I don't think I don't think I voted. Yeah, because I think there was enough votes that you didn't need my vote. But thank you, Jose, for joining us. As always, great supporter there. All right, so let's move on to the next one here, number 7, Mr. 1 Adam 12. So take it away.
Yeah, this prior to the trailer, this may have been a little bit higher, but after the trailer, I'm a little less excited about it. Well, I mean, we'll see. I really liked Superman, and that brief cameo. I really like Millie Alcock. I don't know how you say her name. As Rhaenyra Targaryen in House of the Dragon. So I think it's great casting. I definitely like even though we just saw a brief image, just the concept of Jason Momoa as Lobo is genius. So this is I'm definitely looking forward to this film.
Yeah, so maybe it's on my list, maybe it's not. But I was excited to see this character. Mainly when they first announced that they were going to do a Supergirl standalone film. Is this the last Supergirl standalone film? Was it the one from the 80s?
Yes.
They haven't done. Yeah, they haven't done.
Slater.
There you go. I remember liking that one when I was a little kid, but I haven't seen it in a while. So, but yeah. I know this is going to be completely different, though. But I gave my thoughts on the trailer discussion a couple weeks ago. So I'm still going to watch it. I still think it might be good, but maybe it's on this list, maybe it's not. Mr. Jose says, all right, good to know. Michael Clark Duncan Kingpin would be an awesome figure, he says. Yes.
I think that was the conclusion. People, yeah.
And then we have Mr. Johnny Chronicles joining us here. Says, hello all. Just finished clearing out mountains of snow off my driveway and backyard.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us, Johnny.
We got like half a foot in my house.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we've only been dealing with rain over here, but we can almost handle that. So, all right. So that was Mr. 112's number 7. Mine is number 6, and that is Scream 7. Coming on February 27th, 2026. A lot of you guys know I'm a big horror fan. I'm a big Scream fan, Ghostface fan. So, of course, this is going to make the list. There was some issues with the casting, with the story of Scream 7. They were supposed to have Jenna Ortega and Melissa Barrera, which have been the leads of this new Scream, I guess, trilogy at that point, Scream 5, 6, and 7. But there was issue that I'm not going to get into right now, but they had to start over. But so now they actually did get Neve Campbell to star in Scream 7, where she wasn't in Scream 6 because of I think a pay dispute. I think they weren't paying her enough for what she was gonna do, and she was like the main character in Scream. It's the only one that she hasn't been in. She's the only film that she hasn't been in as Sidney Prescott. Damn, can't remember her name right now. So I'm very curious to this. So I kind of am a little like, I'm trying to control my expectations on this because it's the 7th film, and I've been enjoying most of the Scream movies. The third one is probably the weakest one, but I have been enjoying them to a certain extent. So this one, Scream 7, they had to do a bunch of changes, so I'm a little concerned, but I'm still excited for it. And I know you're not a huge fan of horror, Adam, but any thoughts on this?
I saw the first one, and that was enough for me. So this,
The first one.
but I haven't gone past the first one. I did see the first one. I know it's got a following, but I'll skip this one.
Yeah, we'll see how that one turns out. Mr. S Beam says we're about to get hit with a blizzard tomorrow. Oh wow, that sucks. Brian says I live in Houston and it's been in the low 80s. I hope we get a cold front. There you go. S Beam says, damn, how many Scream films do they need? It's how many we want, Mr. Beam. And we want more. The horror community want more. So there you go. We have Jessica, my cousin's wife, dropping by here. Thank you, Jessica, for joining us here. Scream is my favorite horror franchise. Excited to see Matthew Lillard reprise his role. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. I want to see what it is that they're going to do. Because if you've seen the first Scream film, how could he have survived that? But, it's movies. So, let's see if it makes sense. I did ask Matthew Lillard at a convention if there's a possibility that his character could survive and be in another Scream movie. And he said, well, anything can happen. I think at that point, he probably knew that he was already going to be in Scream 7 because that was just a year and a half ago or so that I asked him that. For the horror community, exactly. Theme.
Yeah.
Exactly. For the horror community. All right. So moving on to 1 out of 12. So another horror movie, number 6.
So I do like horror movies, like certain types. I'm not as big about the slasher films.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I really like the 28 Years Later franchise, and the 28 days, 28 weeks. And I like 28 Years Later, so I'm looking forward to. And this one's coming out in a couple weeks. I really am looking forward to this one to see where they go, and I guess they're already greenlit a third one with Cillian Murphy coming back apparently. So, and Ray Fiennes is such an awesome actor. He's probably one of the best actors out there right now who hasn't gotten an Academy Award. So good.
All right. Yeah, he hasn't.
And the kid, I don't know if you saw 20 Years Later, but I thought the kid, the actor, I don't remember his name, who played the child in it, he was such a good actor. And he's returning this.
He carried that
did.
movie. Because I thought it was, I mean, they advertise it so that it's Aaron Taylor Johnson and I can't remember the actress's name now. From Killing Eve.
Eve.
I forgot the name of the actress. I thought it was going to focus on them, like that's going to be their journey, but it was the kid, and he carried it. He totally carried that movie. I don't know how much, screen time he's going to have in this new one because it looks like it's more focused on Ray Fiennes. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I'm ready to watch this. I had forgotten that it's coming out at the beginning of the year, so that's a nice surprise there that I don't have to wait that long for this one.
Yeah,
January 16th, so that's coming up already. Let's see, Mr. Jose Plus. I can tell you how he's back. Is that right, Jose? Okay. I guess you can message me privately. You're talking about Matthew Lillard, right? All right, so let's move on to the next one here. Let's see. So we got number 5, Disclosure Day, Steven Spielberg's, coming out on June 12th, 2026, with Emily Blunt, and that's coming up here. Now, this is one of those movies that was kind of secretive for a long time. It was just known as the Steven Spielberg's UFO film. That's as far as much as we knew. Then we got like a little promotion. I think it was in New York. They just put I forgot what was the message that it said. I forgot what it said. It'll be disclosed or something like that.
All will be disclosed.
All will be disclosed. But there's no I think that was it, right? I think it had a date, maybe a release date, June 12th, 2026. And we know Steven Spielberg. So I kind of like when they do like little marketing strategies that they do, that it makes you like more intrigued. Like, what is this? You know, kind of like what they did with what's the name of that movie with the J.J. Abrams movie with the monster movie?
Oh, Cloverfield.
Cloverfield. Yes, I thought that was cool the way that they did that. The way they marketed it. I always get a headache and then I get all dizzy when I watch that movie. But the way that they marketed that film, it definitely got more seats than they normally would have, based on that. Just the way that they did this, it's just like there's a lot of mystery to it, and it's kind of doing it with this one here. Now we got a trailer. We finally did get a trailer. I mean, it looks good to me. It kind of gave me Signs vibes and The Birds vibes from Alfred Hitchcock. Other filmmakers, but it's a Steven Spielberg movie. John Williams is coming back to score this, so there's a lot of things going on with this. You know, as you guys know, big fan of Steven Spielberg. We did a Steven Spielberg filmography tier list before, so I'm excited for this. It's number 5 on my list here, and I believe this one's on your list, so I'll probably
it's on my list. Yeah, I'll wait till a little bit on this.
Let's see. So here we go. Jose says, I got those leaks. Yes. Okay. All right. Johnny says, I met Matthew Lillard at a horror convention this past September, and he signed my Scream poster and my granddaughter's Five Nights at Freddy's. Great guy. Yeah, he was really nice. Very nice guy. And his line was super long. It's one of the longest lines compared to outside of Nev Campbell. But
he probably should send Quentin Tarantino a thank you note for calling him weak sauce. Because
right.
That the publicity he got from that, it's probably one of the best things that's ever happened to him.
Right. Him and Paul Dano, and there was some others that he, or was it just those two? Those are the two that I remember.
It may have been one or two others, but I remember those two.
Yeah, I don't. That was completely unnecessary from.
They're probably, why are you picking on us for? What the heck?
It's like no one asked them. It's like no one, like they weren't even talking about them. So it's just kind of weird.
So I don't know what podcast I was watching, but someone was theorizing. Do you think it's possible that this is actually planned, and he actually is the next movie he's making? He's gonna have them in it, and this is like. This is like guerrilla marketing. Okay. Because he likes to use actors, particularly, or kind of like, I don't want to say like B movie actors, but I mean, Paul Dano's not a B movie actor. But he likes to use actors who are more like a lot of times genre actors. I don't know. Maybe maybe this is like some sort of planned thing.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, or he could just be an a-hole.
I think it's the latter. But,
yeah, I think so too.
But that would be one hell of a risky marketing strategy there. But I do like odd strategies for marketing. So there's that. Mr. Jose Plus, get us to 10 likes and I'll drop a leak on someone on the panel. Okay, all right. So let me do this.
It's me. I'm Gossip Girl.
So there you go there. Thank you so much, Mr. Jose Plus. And then if you haven't hit the like button, go ahead and do so. Very much appreciated there. Thank you so much, Jose. All right, so let's go back to Johnny Chronicles, who says Skeet Ulrich was there as well. Oh, yes. Yeah, he was.
I like Skeet Ulrich. He was in a great show. I can't remember the name of it, where it's like after like a nuclear war or something, and like the guy who plays Morgan in The Walking Dead's in it.
It's recent.
It was within the last like decade or so. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't remember.
I gotta look this up.
But yeah, he was in. I think it's the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, the new one, which I didn't watch actually. but I meant to watch it, but I ended up skipping it. But and then and I did meet him too. I met him one of the cons too, as trying to meet the Ghostface killers, and he was there as well. Skeet is awesome, super nice dude to just chat with. Yeah, so there you go.
Jericho, that was the name of the show.
Oh, okay.
That
Okay.
like unfortunately was canceled too soon. That was a really good show.
Oh, okay. I don't think I remember that, but I think I might have heard the name, but it might have been something else. Jose says he signed my poster with a dying pen, and I was like, so he did it again. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I had those Funkos, so he signed one of my Funkos, Ghostface Funko Pops. Other people would have been like, "Oh, too bad." Yeah, right. Some of them would have done that. So that was mine there. So we're getting into Adam's number 5.
Yeah, I mean, I just had this a little bit higher up, but I did not read the book, but everything I hear, people have read it, is that it's awesome. I'm a fan of any type of sci-fi alien film, but I particularly like the ones where they're not necessarily the evil aliens. And this does have interstellar vibes to me, but I think the what are the names of the guys, the directors who are doing this, who did the
Lord Miller?
Yeah, I'm a fan of Lord and Miller's work. Ryan Gosling's a really good actor, so I think this looks very promising. So I'm curious to see what they do with it.
Yeah, and so that one is that was coming up kind of early in the year. We don't have to wait until the summer or later in the year. So that's on March 20th. My number 4 is The Odyssey, and it's kind of compared to not necessarily your list, Adam, but I think people who know me will probably think that this will be much higher. But The Odyssey, Christopher Nolan's film, number 4, coming on July 17, 2026. I am, of course, very interested and excited for this. The only thing that it's kind of lowered only because the other films that are ahead of it, I am more excited for. And Christopher Nolan, some of his films, the last, 10 years or so, 5 years or so, they haven't been as great as I was hoping them to be. Mainly Tenet. I did not really like Tenet, so the fact that we got Tenet, it's kind of like, I hope it's not another Tenet for when it comes to this film here. Yeah, but I don't think it's going to be like that, but I do think it's really good. I was kind of debating if I should buy those IMAX tickets because they were selling them a year in advance. And I waited too long, and by the time I was like, I'm going to try to get them, they're already sold out. So I don't ever remember hearing tickets for a movie that's a year away going on sale that early. So I probably should have gotten those tickets, but yeah. So that was The Odyssey, coming up on July 17th. And a big cast. Tom Holland's in it, Matt Damon. So a lot of them are there. All right, let's look at the live chat here. Johnny says to Jose, he does have a cool sense of humor. He signed my poster as well, and I was able to get a photo op with both him and Matthew. Yeah, there you go. That's cool. Ryan says, I know it's not coming out until 2027, but are you excited for the Batman 2? Of course. Yes, definitely. It was supposed to come out in 2026, but they pushed it a whole year. I think it was supposed to come out, I want to say on my birthday, 2026, I think. And they pushed it a whole year. But yes, it would have been probably top 2 of this list, maybe. But yeah, but we still have to wait much longer. And this is on your list, Adam. So I'll
Could be.
but this is your number 4, Disclosure Day.
Yeah, Steven Spielberg is the GOAT as far as I'm concerned, and the fact that you're having the other GOAT, John Williams, come out of retirement. He's 95 years old to score this film. Just take my money right now. This we talk about films what's gonna get me to actually leave the house and go to a theater.
Right.
This is a movie I'm going to the theater for.
Nice.
Opening weekend, and pretty much any Spielberg film. But when you take Spielberg and you probably Aliens, it seems like this is about UFOs. Of course, we don't know for sure, but that's the rumor. I thought the trailer was intriguing, which is what I want from a trailer. You have, I think, a very good cast. Emily Blunt, Josh.
I forget the guys.
He's everywhere now.
He was in Challengers. Knives Out.
I just saw him in the new Knives Out film, which is okay, but he was very good in it. So he's Colin Firth. I like him. So it just looks like I'm very intrigued, and I'm very interested in the whole UFO thing. And I watched this. I recommend this documentary. It's on Amazon Prime. It's actually called Disclosure, and it's about listen, I never really thought much of the UFO thing years ago, but you're seeing some of these things that are coming out, which I think Spielberg is definitely playing into here. Maybe he knows the truth. I don't know. You're seeing these hearings in front of Congress where people who are reputable individuals in the military, in the former Central Intelligence Agency director, Secretary Rubio, who have come out and said that there has been decades-long cover-up of crashed UFOs and non-humans who've been found. I don't know. I'm starting to believe this. And I think Spielberg is definitely tapping into this. Close Encounters of the Third Kind is one of my favorite Spielberg films. So I'm really interested where this is going here. We'll see.
Did you hear the theory that it's Birds remake? The Birds remake?
I mean, I've heard people wonder that, and I see now. I hope it's not. I really hope it's not.
Because it has like a little silhouette of a bird in the poster.
Yeah.
And there's a bird that pops, shows up in the trailer, like a little bird. So I mean, I don't think that's what that is, but it's kind of
I know he remade West Side Story, and a lot of people like that. It was a good film, but I hope this is. I don't think this is a remake of The Birds. I hope it's not.
Right. That'd be hilarious.
I don't think he's doing a bait and switch on it.
Mr. Johnny Chronicle says to Adam, I 100% agree with you, Adam, about Spielberg and John Williams, the GOATs. Yeah, definitely. They are the best filmmaker and best of film score composer for sure. And then they work together very often. So let's move on to number 3, which for me it's Spider-Man Brand New Day, coming in July 31st, 2026. And my second favorite superhero of all time is Spider-Man. So I was going to put Spider-Man pretty high on here. So there's some rumors as to what this could be as far as the story is concerned. It refers to like a street level type of fight going on, and there's other actors who have been tapped to be in this film. What's the girl from Stranger Things, the redhead?
Sadie Sink.
There you go. So there's a lot of speculation as to who she could be. And then, of course, this is after No Way Home, where no one's supposed to know, or no one knows who Spider-Man is, right? And I think the Punisher is supposed to be in this, and the Hulk, right? From my
Yes.
understanding, it's supposed to be in this film, and I'm not sure where it lands when it comes to the Doomsday situation. I'm guessing it'll be before it, but I think they did a change. There was a change. What was it? No, Doomsday was supposed to come out before this movie,
Yeah.
but then they pushed it. So now I don't know where this is supposed to set in the timeline, but either way, Spider-Man, a big fan of Spider-Man. I think Scorpio is supposed to be in this as well. So there's a bunch of stuff going on with this one, but hopefully we'll get a trailer. I heard something maybe by the Super Bowl. They'll drop some kind of a teaser for Spider-Man Brand New Day. But I'm looking forward to this. So number 3 on my list. But any thoughts on this, Adam?
It's on my list. You want me to talk about it now?
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. All right. So let's move on to your number 3. There you go.
The Odyssey. I Christopher Nolan, in my view, he's the greatest, other than after Steven Spielberg, he's the second greatest living filmmaker. I think he hasn't made a bad movie, and this, out of the trailers we've seen for films so far, this trailer has got me the most invested in terms of I can't wait to see this. Phenomenal cast. Tom Holland, John Bernthal, Matt Damon, Anne Hathaway, I think among others, and of course it continues. I believe Matt Damon plays Odysseus, and it continues the long tradition of a film about finding Matt Damon. Because if you think about this, a lot of films that Matt Damon's in are about finding Matt Damon.
It's in his contract.
Whether it's literally finding him because he's lost, rescuing him, or emotionally rescuing him, like Good Will Hunting. It's about rescuing Matt Damon. So we need to continue to rescue Matt Damon. Yeah, I mean, this just looks incredible, and you talk about Take My Money right now, like the Disclosure Day by Spielberg. This applies to Christopher Nolan for me. Just take my money. I'll be there opening weekend.
There you go. They released which Christopher Nolan films have done this before. If you go to the IMAX screening of another movie, so they released like the first 5 minutes, I believe, of this. The prelude or whatever of the Odyssey. And I heard it was great, but I didn't get the tickets for Avatar, Fire and Ash in IMAX, so I guess it's attached to it, from my understanding of it. And they did that with I forgot what movie it was. I think it was maybe Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker. They showed a scene from Tenet in IMAX, the first 5 minutes, and I think they did it with The Dark Knight Rises as well. So it looks like it's being received very well from what they've shown so far. But and this is going to be a big month for Tom Holland. This is all July.
Yeah,
it's Odyssey and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Let's see. We have Ryan says, I heard that Doomsday is supposed to be a direct sequel to Endgame. Oh, is it? I mean, I'm not sure. I haven't really read too much into it, but I mean, it's all over the place.
Yes.
The timeline's all over the place, right? When it comes to what we've seen since Endgame.
Yes, the Russos have said that, but that doesn't mean. I mean, they're not saying that obviously, because we know the Fantastic Four are in it, and the new Avengers, aka Thunderbolts, are in it. So it still the MCU films and series that have come out since Endgame still a part of this. Loki, I think what they're kind of saying is that if you kind of tuned out for the most part after Endgame, you don't need to worry about the 30 some odd shows and movies that have come out since. You could just watch Endgame and just go right to this, and if you want to, it doesn't hurt to have the knowledge, about the Fantastic Four and whatnot, but you don't need that. Which is smart because
yeah,
especially
an Avengers film like that. Beam says just sent you an updated T-shirt design, Gio. Oh, the one we're talking about last night about the for the community. Yeah, there you go. I'll look at that after this. Thank you so much, Mr. Beam. Johnny says Matt Damon's cameo in Thor was hilarious. That was in Ragnarok, right? Ragnarok.
Forgot about that. Yeah.
I don't remember. Was he in Love and Thunder?
He was in Love and Thunder as well.
He was? Okay. I don't remember if he was.
Yeah.
I just remember the Ragnarok one because that one was hilarious. All right. So that was Mr. 1 out of 12's number 3. My number 2 is, of course, Dune Part 3. Coming out on December 18th, 2026. So it's supposed to be based on a Dune Messiah. That's what it was initially called for the film as well, but they changed it to just Dune Part 3. I haven't read that book. I haven't read Dune Messiah. I've heard things about Paul Atreides in this film or this story, and I'm curious to see if they're gonna go the routes that I heard, but we'll see, because if it's what I heard and read, it might be a bit what do you call it, controversial or something. I don't know, but we'll see what happens there. But a big fan of the first 2 films. Denis Villeneuve directing both epic films. Dune 2 was my top film last year, right under Madame Web. So we got these films already, this trilogy, high bar. And now the question is Dune gonna move? Because it's the same release date as Avengers Doomsday. So they still haven't moved either of those movies. They're still a year away, so much could change in the next 12 months or so. But super excited for this. Any thoughts, Adam?
I'm going to give a hot take here. This is not on my top 10 list. I watched the first 2 Dune movies. I thought they were boring. And so I'll see this when it comes on HBO Max, Part 3, but I'm not going to go to the theater or even spend money on Apple like some of the other films I would buy when it comes on Apple streaming. I'll wait for HBO Max. I read the book. I didn't read the Dune Messiah, but I read the original book. I remember in like literature, science fiction. I didn't really like it then. I thought it was boring. So I just. Well done, Denis Villeneuve. I like Arrival. I like Prisoners. He's an excellent filmmaker. I appreciate the artistry that went into this, but I just thought it was kind of boring. Didn't really motivate me. So I'll see it, like I said, when it comes on HBO Max.
Yeah, I kind of figured this wasn't going to be on your list, Adam. So I was like, okay.
I think it's I don't know. I think this is it's definitely got a following. It definitely made those 2 made money, but I don't think this is as popular as the Marvel franchise. The question is, who's going to blink on this? I got to think that Warner will blink, because people are saying, like, some people are joking, like Doomsday.
Yeah, I see that.
I think I see Malou kind of tweeted that or something. I don't know if that's what made Barbenheimer a thing, is that they're seemingly 2 different audiences. Barbie and Oppenheimer. You had a more female skewing audience in Barbie,
demographics,
more male skewing audience with Oppenheimer and Christopher Nolan film. And that's what you brought 2 different audiences together, so they didn't counteract. I think by and large, this is the same audience.
It is. And I was going to say something about that.
and
are
two
you
epic,
are you
like 3-hour-long movies at the same time. It's not like they're
yeah, potentially, right? They
Yeah.
could both be 3 epic films, long films like that. There's I don't know if you follow or you've seen on Instagram called Boss Logic. He
Yeah.
does like some of those like posters, like an artist that does things like that, and then he did a Dunes Day poster for this situation here. I would love it if they release both of these movies in the same weekend. Personally, myself, I would love that. Business wise, I don't think it's a good move. So I think Dune's gonna move. Hopefully they don't push it out of 2026, and hopefully they move it up. Maybe like that week, the first week of November or Thanksgiving. There should be enough time to get some money during that window.
Yeah.
But so far, December 18th is the release date of Dune Part 3. So we have Mr. Calvin, Low-Key Collector.
Hey,
dropping
Calvin.
by. Hello, Mr. Calvin. Thank you for joining us here. Much appreciated. Let's see. All right. So that was my number 2. So let's go to Adam's number 2.
Yeah, so I'm wearing my Marvel hoodie today with Spider-Man on it, because it takes two things: Spider-Man here and the outline of Spider-Man, and then Marvel. We talked about another movie. I'm really excited for Brand New Day. Love love this iteration of Spider-Man. Excited about John Bernthal's Punisher being in it, and the Hulk. I'm really curious where they go now after the events of No Way Home. So this is my number 2 most anticipated film. Can't wait to see this.
Oh yeah, that was my number 3. Yeah, my number 3. So I already gave my thoughts about that, but yeah, definitely looking forward to this. It's going to be a great month for Tom Holland in July. And I don't think anyone's surprised about the number 1 spot, at least for me. Of course, it is Avengers Doomsday, coming out December 18th, 2026, the same day as Dune Part 3. There's so much going on, so much stuff regarding this with Avengers Doomsday, so many things that I want to see, so many questions, so many things that I want to see again, potentially. It's an Avengers level Avengers film during the holiday season. It's gonna be insane. Hopefully it's good. And yeah, that was a no-brainer for me. Even though we had Dune, I would still, even if they do come out the same day, if they actually do stick to the same day, Doomsday I'm watching first, and then Dune. But yeah, so Avengers Doomsday. So that was mine. And then let's go ahead and go to Mr. 1 out of 12.
Of course, Avengers Doomsday. I mean, I haven't liked necessarily everything since Endgame of the MCU, but I've liked most of it, and some a lot more than others. So as they used to say, make mine Marvel. Watching the first 3 phases of the MCU, I really felt like when I was a kid and I watched the original Star Wars trilogy, just that feeling of anticipation. And I got that anticipation again right now the next, it's like we got to wait a whole year for Avengers Doomsday, like a whole year. I want it now. But
Right.
that's a good thing, because I think the anticipation is part of the fun. And everyone having their own theories about, what's going to happen, and what's going to happen, how this ties into Secret Wars and the X-Men in it, and all the different characters, and is Doctor Doom a variant of Tony Stark, and all these sorts of things. So even with that first, I know there's a second one out there with Thor, and that first
Thor.
teaser with Steve Rogers and the baby, and just some of the theories going along with that. I think that's a good thing for the fan community, to have the speculation. To me, it was always, I think back, after Empire Strikes Back and Vader told Luke that he's his father, and the 3 years of anticipation and speculation of whether Vader was the father, who was the other that Yoda was referring to. Those are, I think that's just an awesome part of the film going experience for these type of pictures. So yeah, I am so there for this. Part of the reason why I think they should, among many reasons, I think it's better for business to move Dune out of the way, because Avengers Doomsday, I'm already thinking I'm gonna be there opening night, one of the first showings, and then I'll probably buy tickets again to see it a second time.
Yeah.
Either the next day, either that Friday or the Saturday. So, and I think a lot of people are going to be like that. They're going to want to see it twice. Whatever they think of it the first time, they'll still go see it again. They'll probably buy tickets in advance for the opening weekend. I think it's I don't know. I think Dune's got to move. It doesn't make sense to me to have the same day. But can't wait for this. Cannot wait.
Yeah, and it's got the Russo brothers back. Every single Russo brothers directed MCU film have been amazing, so that's good. They're coming back to this and Secret Wars. When they announced Avengers, was it Kang Dynasty or whatever?
Yeah,
I wasn't really that excited for that one, because just in general, Kang was kind of lackluster. So
yeah,
I'm glad they end up changing. I mean, there was issue with the actor and stuff like that, but I'm kind of glad that they pivoted to this. So now we have Avengers Doomsday. I don't know how many people agree with the idea of Robert Downey Jr. playing Doomsday. I actually thought it was a great idea to try to bring RDJ back into Avengers somehow. After the whole Kang Dynasty's fiasco and all that stuff going on, but I thought it was a great idea to bring him. And not just are we going to get RDJ back, we're going to see him in a different light. He's playing a different character, so that in itself, curious to see that alone. And yeah, so there's a lot of stuff happening with this that's made it to my number one, and obviously yours as well there.
Yeah, I think that's. I mean, RDJ is the guy who, arguably, Kevin Feige did, but as an actor, RDJ built the MCU. If it wasn't for the success of Iron Man, we wouldn't have the MCU. And to have him come back and play the Doctor Doom role is just awesome. This is going to be amazing.
And
really
the potential figures from this movie alone.
I got the Hot Toys Doctor Doom here because I can't wait. I can't wait 3 years for however long it's going to be.
Oh yeah.
But the one other thing I wanted to mention is the Russo brothers are back for this and for Secret Wars. And when it comes to the MCU, they're batting 1,000. They haven't had a miss.
Mm-hmm.
Captain America Winter Soldier, Captain America Civil War, Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame. So I think you gotta it's like I said earlier with Mike Flanagan or Travis Knight. When you have filmmakers, Christopher Nolan, Steven Spielberg, when you have filmmakers who are working on a project, particularly that's in their comfort zone, you have confidence that that's going to be something you're going to enjoy.
Oh yeah. So much to look forward to, especially in our top three, and just in general there. Jose says, also, I just heard X-Man gave Kingpin a C grade on the tier list, so we're no longer friends. Did he? I guess he did, huh?
I don't remember.
Doomsday will be coming out on my birthday. Yeah, there you go, Jose.
Yeah.
There you go. On your birthday, Avengers Doomsday. That's what the Russo brothers looked into. I was like, it's on Jose's birthday. Let's release it that day. I'll be getting tickets for this as soon as they go up, says Mr. Esbeam. Yep.
I think I will too. Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see how chaotic it'll get. But yeah, I'll be doing that as well. All right. So that was the list. Top 10 most anticipated films of 2026. As I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the stream, there is the potential that some of these movies could be pushed out of 2026, so we may not see them until the following year or even later. And some of these movies may actually suck at the end. So, but as of right now, that's where we're at. Most anticipated films of 2026. So that's where we're there now. All right. So, Adam, thank you for being a part of this. This list that we did here, a lot of fun as always. Thank you so much there. And where can people find you, Adam?
They can find me on the YouTubes on When I'm 12. I have a new unboxing out of the new armored Batman 2.0, which is a awesome figure. So don't let that one. I love the new Batman 2.0 from Batman vs Superman. This is a better figure. I mean, they're both great figures, but this is a really awesome figure. And Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year to you, Gio. Everyone in chat. And I'll be back with you next Friday for Figures Talk. I'm not sure if Ben Thomas, I'm also on every week on the as co-host of the Let's Get Nuts with Ben Thomas. So he's not sure yet whether he's having a show tomorrow. If he is, we'll be on that. That's at 5 p.m. Eastern time. But not sure yet if we're doing a show this week.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Mr. 1Adam12. A happy New Year, and then we'll see you on Figures Talk on January 2nd. So thank you so much. And let me see here. So going back here to the channel members, thank you so much, channel members, for becoming entering the Canon Matrix. Thank you so very much there. I still need to add Harrison of Viking Collectibles, who became a member last night, yesterday. So thank you so much there for becoming a member, Mr. Harrison. So I appreciate every single one of you guys. And let me see here. If you in the live chat for the Met Report, if you're a channel member, your character wins 100 credits if you're number one top fan in the Met Report. And for this one is Mr. S Beam. So S Beam was number one. So Beam, your character will win 100 credits. And let me see here. So then we have Figures Talk did last night, the last episode of 2025. A lot of fun with the Canon Council, Adam included there, and Dave, Feezy, TJ Mike, S Beam, Valkyrie Magnus, Blue Tattoo, and Mr. Viking Collectibles. They were on the panel last night. So if you missed it, check it out on my channel. And I believe that is it. Jose says, go watch Adam's review on the Armored Batman. So yeah.
Thank you, sir.
It's on Adam's channel, and the link is in the description of the video. So that's where you'll go to. You get to Adam's YouTube channel. Jose says, "Great stream, fellas. I'll share my leak on the next show." Thanks so much.
Ooh.
Thanks so much, Jose. Beam rigged, so it's rigged already. All right, guys. So thank you so much for watching. From the beginning in the live chat. If you're watching from the replay, thank you so very much. I am planning a top 10 best films of 2025. It'll probably be early January when I do that. There's just some movies that I need to watch before I can do that list, like F1 and the latest Mission Impossible movie. I still haven't seen that, so I want to watch those before I actually do my top 10. But
my father-in-law was watching F1 as I was coming upstairs for the stream.
Oh, really? Yeah, I think it's on
I've seen it.
Apple.
I've seen it before.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
it's on
have?
Apple.
Yeah, I need to watch it. I've been meaning to watch it for months.
It's good.
So I want to watch it before do the top 10. But that's it, guys. Thank you so much. Enjoy your Saturday, and hopefully I'll see you guys next week on Figures Talk. And enjoy your weekend. Thanks so much, Adam.
Good night.